Hello, my name is Jesse Kay, and I am the CEO of New Agency. I write a newsletter called Beats and Bytes. It's the end of the year. It's a time for reflection. A lot of people want to know what's coming next and what the forecasts are for 2025. So I wanted to put a couple key ideas out here for you to think about as we prepare for our big trend reports and forecasts for 2025. One, we know that Disney bought the rights to the Grammys, and that is a big shift. All of a sudden, the Grammys are not going to be on CBS. They're going to be on all of Disney's platforms. That's ABC, that's Disney Plus. I definitely think this is a great thing for the music business. And over time, we're going to see more and more opportunities to integrate into Disney's Magic Kingdom. Can't you see a Disney Grammys exhibition at Disney World? I can. A homage to the biggest pop stars in the world, celebrated by the Grammys in a real life exhibition. So that's a trend I'd look forward to. We also know that the theme of this year's Met Gala is going to be Superfine, which is a homage to the dapper black culture. I think we're going to see a lot of Pharrell, we're going to see a lot of Louis Vuitton, we're going to see Dapper Dan. That is going to be a tentpole moment that we know sure as could be is going to be Anna Wintour's spin on the sophisticated early era of hip hop and before that. And I'd imagine that's going to set a big style trend for 2025. The nostalgia cycle runs about 20 years in the past. So this one coming up, I think we can look at 2005 to 2015. That's a new era where we're going to see a throwback to what happened in 2005. So what was 2005 about? It was about trucker hats and Von Dutch. It was hoodies and sports suits. I think we're going to see all sorts of trends from that era start to reemerge in this nostalgic way. So look for music from the 2005 era, look for fashion, look for culture. That'll be the comfort zone that culture will look back towards. For music, this is going to be the year that D2C happens. Right now, and for the past 20 years, the record labels don't know who their customers are. They're dealing through stores, they're dealing through DSPs. I think we're going to start to see more and more artist to fan relationships. This is going to really be a harvesting of the super fans and a connection point between artists and brands that will forever change the business as this relationship gets more direct and more personal and opens up all sorts of opportunities and doors. In this D2C era, we're going to see artists owning their fan bases and then the ability for artists to launch products. So we'll see more and more artist-owned products in this new era. This is the era of own media instead of earned media. Newsletters and newsletter culture and podcasts have really taken off, and I think we're going to see even more growth in 2025. It's more interesting and more up to speed to be following voices, individual personalities, people in the grounds versus these kind of larger publications. So look for 2025, a big year in the newsletter culture and newsletter game, and a lot of these voices to be elevated. And finally, in an AI world where there is so much content being created with the help of AI, you see it, LinkedIn's riddled with it, and so are your inboxes, it becomes more important for authentic voices and for original ideas. So those will be at a premium if you are not using the LLMs to think through your thoughts and you can still communicate them extremely effectively. That is going to be really powerful. I think we're looking at authenticity over synthetic content, and authenticity is the highest frequency in the world. So if you're an artist, if you're a creator, if you're a writer, and you are making stuff with your own original ideas and you're tapped into those thoughts, that's going to be way more impactful than a AI summary of an article through an LLM. Sure, that's great and that's important, and you need the data, but you also need the POV, and then you need the inside information. So that's how we curate here at New Agency. Those are just a couple thoughts off the top of my head for 2025, but we can go so much deeper, and we will. So stay tuned, a lot more coming.